Recording has begun.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Shazad Hussain and I live at 20 Primary Way in Undercliff in Bradford. And today it's been 116 days since my brother's been kidnapped and unlawfully held by the state, the local authority, Bradford Council, through its partnerships of West Yorkshire Police for the last 116 days without us making aware of where he is and what kind of condition he's being held in and captive. He's basically been captured and held hostage because in order to silence me from looking to expose the fraud and corruption and endemic systemic corruption and fraud taking place in adult social care at Bradford Council. So today is the 2nd of December 2023 and my brother was abducted on the 8th of August 2023 and I have absolutely no idea where he is. And the reason he's been abducted is because the local authority were instigating or spearheading court proceedings through the Housing Association, Manningham Housing Association, fronting them to pursue a litigation action, knowing the fact that they would be commissioning the services of the courts and tribunal services and particularly the judiciary in order to win their case. So that's the kind of pretext or the incentive that they're given to the Housing Association to pursue a case through litigation, which was initially commenced in March 2022 and then abandoned in April 2022 when I made my legal argument that their case had no validity and it just basically needed to be thrown out. The Deputy District Judge Morley does not throw the case out, but on the strength of my legal argument, realizing that they hadn't done what they were supposed to do, they withdrew the case and then subsequently reinstigated it back in June, July, and it's been wrangling on in the courts. And as a consequence of me recognizing the fraud and corruption that's been taking place, not just only in these proceedings, but in several prior proceedings involving the local authority who sit back and commission the services of the courts and tribunal services and the judges, effectively how the local authority needs to operate. How everybody else should operate is that we should, put in an application and allow the system and the procedures to follow in due course. They don't do that. They're not waiting around. Don't be silly. They want you to make an appointment to go through the process or the procedure in order to get any services. They don't do the same. They don't wait around. They just say no. We're just going to prioritize. Number one, we want to deal with it right here, right now. So this is how they've dealt with the situation previously, and always the case. They know the fact that in order for you to get justice, you need to file a complaint to the police or the courts, and you need to go to properly allocated. Basically, you all get into a queue, but these guys queue jump, get whatever they want straight away done, because they feel that they are a privileged elitist class and they know the fact that the courts and tribunals is just a joke. It's just there to confuse and confangle people and get them running around from pillar to post. That's not how they operate. What they basically do is they privately hire the courts and judges for an outcome that they predetermine, and they make you a fool, make you look to be a fool, thinking that you're going to go to the courts and go to an impartial arbitrator where you're going to get some semblance of truth and justice. This is just a joke. It's a joke that it's a delusion for the illusion for the delusional, trying to tell you that there's independence in the courts, and the courts are there to dispense justice. The only justice that they are dispensing is selling it out to the local authority. The local authority don't do that. They basically privately hire the courtroom for the day. They hire the judge for the day. They even hire your own solicitor. So they use public money to buy off everybody in order to take you to court, to convince you that justice is being dispensed. And it's just unfortunate that you've lost this case, and now you need to pay for everybody. See the fraud. The fraud is this, that they get you to convince you that there's court proceedings so you can attend, and then once you attend those court proceedings, it's all a game in order to work to a situation where you pay for the fraud that they've created in order to convince you. That's the lie and the deception. And so today is just another day, and what they've done with the police, it's the same thing with the police. Like, for example, if something happens to me as a private citizen, I ring up the police, make a formal complaint, they take down a statement, they then choose to investigate that, then look to see if there's any evidence for the criminality that I'm reporting. The council doesn't do that. The council just tell the police, just do this now, come with us, and just railroad it through. That's how the council operates. The council does not make. I mean, how did my brother get taken? Who complained? Nobody complained. I didn't complain. Nobody else complained. They needed to abduct him because they've taken over £120,000 of his benefit money, stolen that, denying him access to it, and now holding him captive. So they're going to use that money, and they're going to make decisions for his best interest. Who gives them the right to make decisions according to their best interest? They're not gone to the courts. They're not his legal guardians. They're not even bothered. The thing is, they're saying that we can't even be bothered going to the courts. It's just such a joke, isn't it? I mean, at the end of the day, the judges are just wasting the time. You're just wasting our time. We might as well just do away with all this other facade and the charade, and do away with the charades, and just come and kidnap the brother. What are you going to do? And ultimately, if I do anything, they're just going to kill him. And this is what they use. They say, "Oh, he died of pneumonia." That's the go-to excuse, isn't it? Dying of pneumonia. This is the best. Like, it's one of those where you can't prove it, just like whiplash. In car accidents, they've got a system in place where if you have involved in a car accident, you just go around, the doctor just say, yeah, you got whiplash, because whiplash cannot be proven. So therefore, that's how this whole insurance scam works, where people crash cars and just claim whiplash injuries, and it can't be proven one way or another. So therefore, you always get paid out. Similarly, in order to kill somebody, they can always just say, oh, the person died of pneumonia. That's how they murdered my brother Nazim in 2014, and that's how they've murdered my mother now in 2022 on the pretext of they got just pneumonia. Pneumonia is such an easy way out, or get out of jail card to kill somebody. And this is what they're going to use in my brother's case. They're going to say that, oh, he just got his cold, he just got pneumonia and died. When the reality is that, why was he even taken from here? Under what conditions have you held him under? If he's got pneumonia and died, whose fault is that? They utilize this aspect of pneumonia to kill people, because there's no way you can disprove pneumonia, or there's no way you can disprove something like this. And this is the go-to excuse that they use in order to take advantage of the situation. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. There's nothing I can do. They're just going to murder him and say it was pneumonia. They're going to make him say, oh, you were not caring for him properly. He has diabetes, and as a result of him having diabetes, we've given him medication, and now he's died. So that's all I'm just waiting for him is to just get the news that he's been killed off now. That's what they're waiting for. They're not going to give me him back. I mean, 116 days later, and they refuse to even engage with me. This is all lies and deception. This is very disheartening. Today is Saturday, the 22nd of December 2023, and I think I should just leave it there. Allah Hafiz.